Hello out there, wherever you are. Today I thought I would do a video about how I prepare for our Sabbath meals. And usually on Friday night, that's when we have our special meal instead of the next day on Saturday, because the next day on Saturday, we, of course, are at church, and a lot of times we eat there. So we have our special meal Friday night. And usually I'm running around like a crazy woman and trying to get things all together. I'm trying to do 15 things all at once. And then it all comes to a head right before Sabbath. And by then I'm bushed. And you would think that after 30 years of cooking that I would have some type of plan. But I've never been really a plan girl. And today I thought, well, I'm going to really have to plan because I'm making two meals. We're having guests over tomorrow. And I'm really going to need to be on the ball with stuff. So this is what I decided to do. I decided to do the prep work first. And what that means is everything that I needed to put into each dish, I prepped it and got it all together, and that's what I'm going to show you. For tonight, I'm not sure what we're going to have, which is a problem. I think I'm going to make it really simple for tonight and maybe make some veggie burgers, maybe some mashed potatoes or something like that. But for tomorrow, we're going to have biscuits. And I'm not getting them from a can. I'm going to make them. We're going to have mac and cheese. That's not from a box. We're going to have zucchini squash casserole. It's a dish that I've sort of made up myself. And we're going to have corn pudding, and we're going to have veggie chicken. And so I'll probably make a little sauce to go with the veggie chicken. Barbecue-ish, sweet and sour style, just something to dip it in. But I really won't need it. But this is what I did. For the biscuits, of course, that's my biscuit mix. That's a double batch. And, of course, I still have to add sour cream. They're going to be 7-Up biscuits. And let me just say about the 7-Up biscuits. We don't do caffeine, and 7-Up has caffeine. So I use ginger ale. You can use any type of lemon lime soda, but they're called 7-Up biscuits, and this is a double batch. So it calls for biscuit mix. I also don't necessarily buy the name brand of something, as you can see, and comes out just as well. And then I always add my own secret little something in it. But if you want to know how to make these, just look up 7-Up biscuits and you'll find it. There's lots of recipes out there, even on YouTube. So we're going to have those biscuits. Oh, are they going to be good? Made with butter and everything. We're going to have mac and cheese. Of course, you know mac and cheese. But my mac and cheese is going to have a few little items in it that you might not put in your mac and cheese. You know, like the milk and whatever. The milk, the cheese, of course. But I always add some peppers. So to help me on my prep today, I went ahead and got the peppers chopped up. Okay, so those were the red peppers. And I went ahead and got my other peppers chopped up. That's red, green, not red, orange, yellow, green. I got those chopped up. And they're in little tiny pieces. Little bitty tiny pieces. Will you be able to see them if I do like that? Okay, so they're in little tiny pieces. I got my onions chopped up for everything that I need onions, and this is how I chopped all those things. Okay, see my onions are there. This machine. Okay, usually I'm chopping all of this stuff by hand, and there's pepper juice all over it. And today I decided, hey, I got this thing. Why not make it quick and easy for myself? And the blades are sharp. So if you do have one of these, be very careful. And today I decided to use this screen. Let me out. Because I wanted small pieces. I didn't want big chunks like I usually make for my food. So I will be putting some peppers in my macaroni and cheese, along with the cheese, the sour cream, the cottage cheese, the milk, the butter. This is going to be a fattening meal, kind of like Thanksgiving. I told you I'm going to make this zucchini squash thing. So these are the yellow squash. I've already prepped those and they are ready to go. I'll be sauteing them with my zucchini. I'm doing something different this time. I thought, why not help yourself along? See that? I'm not chopping up all of the zucchini. I'm going to try the zoodles, the zucchini noodles. And to the sauteed zucchini noodles, I'm going to put in some onion, and of course some peppers, and butter, of course. And I'm going to top it with some cheese and Ritz cracker mix, and I'm going to bake that in the oven. So that's my zucchini squash recipe. The other thing that I'm going to make is corn pudding. And this is what I use. I have several different types of cornbread here. And corn pudding recipes. If you look up corn pudding recipes online, you will find that they call for Jiffy cornbread mix. I never, ever, 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 ever use Jiffy cornbread mix. It has lard in it. So I have to find something that is a substitute. And this is what is the best substitute for me. Short of just mixing your own cornbread mix together and doing it that way. But I kind of like to try the flavors. This one is sweet yellow, as you see. This one is Mexican style. It has a little kick, and it already has little peppers and probably onion or things like that in it. And this one is a little sweeter. So I'm going to combine those to make the equivalent to a recipe for corn pudding. And of course, the corn pudding doesn't call for peppers, it doesn't call for onions or anything like that, and it doesn't call for cheese. So I put it in there because it gives the corn pudding some interest, and it gives it some extra bite to it. And it gives it some extra flavor. And when you're cooking, that's what you want to do. If something calls for something, jazz it up a little bit, and that's what I do. I don't use fresh corn. I've used cream style corn. That's what I'll be using. And I'll be using whole kernel corn. And one more ingredient that's going to be in a lot of my stuff is this right here. That is the culprit. I am vegetarian and I'm not vegan, and so I'm having, I wouldn't say a hard time quitting, because I could quit dairy if I wanted, but I like the flavor that butter adds to my dishes. And maybe I'll get there one day to where I'm not using butter or milk or sour cream, which is in a lot of the recipes that I'm having. But I'm not there yet. So I will be using butter. And I've already shredded up my cheeses. And so when I get ready to put this meal together shortly, I won't be running around crazy like I normally am and have the kitchen just this big disaster, because I'm trying to do some of this recipe and some of that recipe, and I'm trying to chop up onions for this, and then by the time that I get ready, the kitchen is a disaster. And then I have to rush and try to clean off the table before we're ready to eat. But I couldn't afford to do that today because, like I said, we are having 2 meals. And I know one of them will be, oh, I didn't show you the little veggie chicken nuggets, did I? Okay. These are the veggie chicken nuggets. Can you see that? Okay. I was going to, they're already breaded. And these are frozen, of course, so they may not have that great a color on them. Let's see, can we see that? They're the teeniest, tiniest little things, okay? And they're breaded already, but I was going to bread them some more. Put some more batter on them and deep fry them. But with all the dishes that I have that are pretty much made from scratch, I'm not going to have time to do that, so I'll probably just leave these alone. So tomorrow's meal is going to be biscuits, no, biscuits, 7-Up biscuits / ginger ale biscuits, mac and cheese, zucchini squash, corn pudding, the veggie chicken. We'll probably have some chicken pot pie and mashed potatoes. It's a whole sort of southern fat goodness extravaganza. And so I'm hoping that what will happen is that this little preps to everything will help me to be ready for Sabbath. And this video is pretty long, and so I have to go because I bought, I was going to make rasta pasta and or something similar to that, and I thought, well, that's not southern. I need some good old southern macaroni and cheese. So I had bought penne pasta. I have 4 boxes of penne pasta trying to get ready for today's meal or tomorrow's meal. And in the house, I have not a drop of macaroni. So I will have to go out and get some macaroni, and I'll probably get another vegetable. One of my favorite vegetables, broccoli, and I'll put that somewhere. We're sort of having like this big Southern Thanksgiving Sabbath worship kind of meal, and it's going to be good because it's nice to have a good meal at the end of a long week, and it's nice to be able to invite friends over and sit down and just fellowship with them. And that was part of the reason I had wanted to do that, because I hadn't really fellowshipped with anybody at my house, so in a long time. And that's what we're going to do. Tomorrow we're going to come over here and we're going to sit, and we'll probably go into a food coma, but that's okay. After we eat, we'll go outside and we'll take a walk and we'll enjoy God's nature. So, like I said, I'll probably have to do another video to show you what all of this looks like, because I've got to go. I got to get back in there and get some other stuff stirred together, and I also got to go buy my macaroni, because silly me, I don't have any. But I've got to go back in there, and I have to make sure today, my plan is to make sure that this is done before Sabbath, and that I am feeling rested like I should when it begins. So until next time, until you see the other part of the video, this is what I have for you. If you didn't get a smile from anybody today, you got one from me. And I will talk to you later. Part 2 will be coming up after. Bye for now. There I go.